Hello everybody, welcome back video here. My name is Kilian and we're gonna jump into Attack on Titan episode 25 of this final season. I don't have any more to say that I've said at the end of the last reaction, so if you want to know my thoughts, please go watch that. I just want to jump into this episode, so we're gonna go full-length action. It's available on Patreon, link down below in the description box, as well as all the links to my social media, and let's go. Who that be? Is that a mysterious character? Oh! Modern life in Attack on Titan? That was modern life. That was a true balcony, concrete, and streets. What's that job? Okay.
現場にいなくて申し訳ない。過酷な状況下でよくやったよ。君たちは。
Okay. This is when they came up with a plan.
そして、私。
How come they can just come and go like that? Because if Jean would want to go, he could go. Now he could flee.
それが私たちやこの島を守るためであっても、エレンを止めたいんです。ミカサ。
Mikasa has been known, to stop Eren from himself lots of times, so doesn't seem misplaced from her.
大きな音出しちゃった。ジャンの言う通りエレンがこうなったのは私の不甲斐ない理想論のせいだ。それにこんなこと吠えておいて逃げようとして。
The problem I have with Angie's philosophy here is that she says that genocide couldn't be justified by nothing, but at the same time she says that she would be the judge of what a good reason is, and she would be the judge of what shouldn't be.
をもたらせばそれでいい。そんなケチなこと言う仲間はいないだろう。虐殺を止めることができるのは今しかない。
Lots of good dead people to protect this island. Oh. Yeah, lots of good friends have died in this fight. My thing is that Erwin never got to know what was in the basement. He never got to know about. That's my that's my biggest frustration in this show, I believe, so far. Still have 4 episodes to go, because it still surprised me.
何も知らない島の悪魔には戻れない。それで、あんたたちに殺せるの？
It's gonna have to come to this, because there's no way you can change Eren's mind.
エレンを止める方法は殺すだけじゃない。エレンと話してみないと。じゃあ、対話が可能だとして、それでも虐殺をやめてくれなかったときはどうするの？
I mean, you've been talking to him all along. You didn't know he was playing you, but he knew what your position was. He's not going to know anything that you haven't told him yet. You're not going to learn anything more.
エレンを守るために私たちと戦うことになる。きっと。結局はそうでしょ。
Yeah. This is how it always ends up with Mikasa. She's right.
考えたこともないだろうからね。つまり
Yeah.
私を殺すべきだと。
If it comes to that.
少なくともその時まで私たちは争うべきじゃない。
You can always try, but I'm not saying that they shouldn't try to convince him. I'm just saying that it's foolish of Mikasa to believe that it's gonna be a solution. Because right now she's not prepared to having to kill Eren. She says, if we have to, we will. But in her mind, it's not a possibility. It's just words in her mouth.
これまでの遺恨などなきもののように喉へと流し込む。それが今、私の目に映るあなた方の姿です。アニー・レオンハート。ついでにストヘスクでも大勢の住人を踏み潰したとか。ああ。
The Stoic district was a mess.
するとは、アルミン、民間人を含め、皆さんのレベルより
I mean, they're all great criminals, great terrorists. You know, they're dignified terrorists.
そうだよ。俺たちはろくに話し合ってない。だから、どっちかが死ぬまで殺し合うみてえなことになっちまったんじゃねえのか。
今からでも遅くないよ。これだけしのぎを削り殺し合った者同士が少なくともいい。
Clean the air is good.
マルコが巨人に食われるのを見ながら、俺はなんでマルコが巨人に食われているんだと思った。
Yeah, the dissociation there. His mind was split.
すまない。
I mean, you need him. He's just out of a coma and... Mm.
私たちに力を貸してください。
Clear in the air.
どこ行くんだ、ジャン。
I mean, he needs to breathe.
うるせえな。
I reckon that Levi finds this a bit... The problem is that with people, you might need to clear the air so everything is said, but people have reactions that are...
ああ、もちろんだ。ほら、いつまで寝てんだ、ライナー。怪我なんてとっくに治ってんだろうが。
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, he can just heal. Yeah. This is why people, I reckon, are afraid to tell the truth. And it's not because they're bad people. It's not because they don't own what they did. It's because they don't want to confront other people's reactions. Because it's sometimes unnecessarily tiresome.
シャリキが止めろ。何かあったよ。
I say sometime.
港がイエーガー派に占拠されています。戦闘態勢でした。
She's gonna die. Frank is such a psychopath. Okay, so an episode here to clear the air. That's why yeah, people sometimes they do not sit and talk because they know what they did. When they're ready to talk, it's when they already know what good they did or what wrong they did. When they're ready to talk, it's when they've done some introspection and they already know the situation. And so talking things out then might seem overkill. The only thing I believe we talk things out is because other people may think otherwise, and we so desperately want them to understand why we did some things, but most of the time we do not in the end talk things out, because given that we ourselves already know our own point of view, we don't want to confront other people's point of views, because it may, not that it would necessarily confuse you, it could, but not necessarily because of that, because I believe that other people's reactions takes a toll, on yourself, no matter whether you really care about their opinion or not, or if you're going to follow it or not. It just takes a toll on yourself, and you just don't want to go through that. It's not that you don't want to own what you did. It's not. You may be fully aware of what you did. You may be fully even okay sometimes with what you did if you're convinced that you've done right. But it's just sometimes it seems like an unnecessary pain in the ass, to talk to people. The only reason sometimes talking is needed is when you need information, not when you need to feel yourself justified or stuff like that. Not because the reason is an emotional one. Jean needed to know what happened to Marco. He wanted to know something, he didn't want to, it wasn't about him feeling better or him feeling worse, or he wanted to know because he wanted to know. But then it turned into Jean making himself better by beating Rainer up, because Rainer already knew, so he didn't need the beating to understand, the frustration and the wrong he did. And you might say, well, it felt so good for Jean. Yeah, it felt so good for Jean. But then it would have been probably coherent if Jean in the end hadn't decided to not forgive, but to move on. And you might say, well, he needed to beat him so he could move on. No, he felt like he needed to, but he didn't need to. And that's an example of maybe unnecessary pain, because sometimes pain is good, but this might have been a pain if Jean had thought otherwise, really interiorized the fact, absorbed the fact that here beating up Rainer wouldn't make him different or change his mind, or was just letting it, I was just, being prone to his own emotions. And having emotions is good, but you shouldn't surrender to them. In this particular context, especially, because there's so much at stake that you can't. I feel this is a situation where you can't allow yourself to have your emotions outdo what's at stake. But then we're all on the same page now. The group is, I wouldn't say best friends, obviously, but they're connected now. They're connected. It's not a disparate group. We needed that, so we knew that we wouldn't risk treasons or bad blood to ruin the plan. Though it could always happen. It's Attack on Titan, but at least now we have the assurance that, or at least on our side, we know that they know, and that it won't come and bite us by surprise, It's not like next episode suddenly Jean is going to betray them because he never knew about Marco, or they never talked about it. Now, if he betrays them because of that, we're going to know that's because now he knows, but we expect it, or we could expect it, or it's not going to seem that misplaced, in that moment, because now we know that they are on the same page. So But then the Jägerists are everywhere. They're everywhere. Flock is a maniac. There's a lot to resolve in this is the equivalent of a two-parter finale, what's left, you know, on a regular 50-minute long show. So there's a lot to resolve in the equivalent of 2 episodes, of 2 TV drama episodes. Because to me, Attack on Titan is more drama than it is fantasy and everything, you know. I praise Attack on Titan for the drama, so yeah. So I'm gonna jump in. Full-length action available on Patreon, link down below in the description box, you know, all that good stuff. And I'm gonna be seeing you for the next episode. Until then, please take care, have a nice life.